for this thing to get started. Welcome, everybody. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr and the rest of our terrific 2K crew. Glad you decided to spend your Thursday night with us. A starting five for both teams brought to you by State Farm. Someone will be keeping an eye on, of course, LeBron James.
Well, Kevin, this guy is such an incredible player. He can really do it all. He's so unique in that he's the best athlete in the game, but also amazingly unselfish with the court vision in transition to find teammates. But if he needs to score, he'll score too.
And Steve, some have called on him to be more assertive looking for a shot, but that's not his nature. That's not how he's wired. One area he has got more aggressive in, though, is looking to score inside, where his strength and athleticism really make him almost unguardable. Well, you can't help but be impressed by this beautiful new arena. I mean, the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, I mean, they broke ground back in March of 2010, and here we are, a $1 billion arena right on Flatbush Avenue. Man, the culmination of a lot of work, and the excitement is palpable.
You said this before, the history of this area, the Brooklyn Dodgers played here. Ebbets
way
Field.
back.
Yeah, great area. Now, here's Chalmers. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. I caught up with Eric Spoelstra. I asked him what they need to do offensively against a smart defensive team. He said it comes down to hustle. We need some fast break points, some second chance buckets. We know once they get in the half-court sets, it gets a lot tougher to score. Kevin, we'll see if they can create some of those easier shots.
Hey, Doris, thanks. Steve, Clark, how do you best throw a defense like this off balance to enable your scores to get comfortable?
I think the key is you need motion. You can't get too stagnant offensively where you're going one-on-one. Activate the offense with ball and player movement.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And then the other part of that, too, to me, Steve, is you got to be ready to take good shots when it...
Oh, ridiculous move.
Pour it down that time. You know what? There he goes again. I mean, it's not a stretch at all to call him one of the NBA's elite premier dunkers. He's actually platinum.
You're right. You know, Steve, when he gets in his mind to attack the rim, it's always something to see.
Yeah, it's exactly what we've come to expect from him because he does it continually on a night-in, night-out basis.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay.
And how about what Chris Humphries has been through the last couple of years? Not only emerging as a really good NBA player, but the celebrity marriage and the quick divorce took so much heat, was routinely booed throughout the NBA. I think fans just kind of having fun with it, but couldn't have been that fun for him.
Blocked. Goes up with it again. He lays it in with a soft touch. Humphries has got his second basket.
Well, not only does he excel at getting those offensive rebounds, but he's really good getting putbacks and layups off of those boards.
Here's Battier. Here's Wade. Oh, the one-hand jam.
Boy, that kind of hustle you just love to see.
And it gets his teammates fired up.
Yeah, especially with the powerful slam to finish things off.
Johnson outside. The dish to Lopez. Johnson kicks to Humphries. Nets passing it around. Lopez dishes to Wallace. Good on the three-point shot. Wallace has got his first 3 points of the game. And you mentioned the heat Humphries took from the fans. Credit him for playing through it and turning it into another productive season.
Yeah, he certainly did that. The highest scoring and rebounding averages of his career, Kevin.
Bosch misses. Nets trail by 3. From the arc. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, I love the fact that he's fighting hard on the boards, but you know, you got to be smart too. Over the back, that's an easy call there.
Well, that's simply the result of poor position under the glass. But at least you can't fault him for being passive. He was trying to be aggressive there.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Reggie Evans, he's checked in for Lopez. Bogans comes in for Gerald Wallace. Marshawn Brooks is checked in for Joe Johnson. And Darren Williams is subbed in for the captain. 6 to shoot. Dishes to Lewis. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. LeBron passes to Chalmers. Back to LeBron. Over Williams. No good from LeBron.
That's very uncharacteristic for him to miss that shot with such little defensive pressure.
Brooks kicks to Williams. Fires the three, and it's blocked. And oh, here we go. Chalmers has got it, the fast break chance. Lewis gets the bucket.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Williams against Chalmers. Got it from 16 feet. The Heat leading by 3. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Chalmers. And that's now 6 points for LeBron. The Nets shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Brooks defended by Allen, and Brooks gets it to go.
Outstanding job there to absorb the contact and guide it in.
That's how you impose your will against the defender. He came to play.
And some changes here for the Heat. Dante Green is checked in for Humphries. Johnson comes in for Keith Bogans. And the captain subbed in for Darren Williams. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Bosch with it. Evans picks him up. Bosch inside. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. And the shot is good.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
And the fadeaway was about his only option in a really good defensive position.
And he drains the 3, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
You know, I've always felt that video review was a great addition to the NBA rules, especially when it can have such an impact on the outcome of a game.
I agree, Clark, and very tough to tell on this one. We don't see a lot of these.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Heat out front, they lead by 4. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, Stephen Clark, what are your thoughts?
And you could see early on, guys, they were going to go inside and try to establish their offense in the paint area. That's exactly what they've done.
And I think that's exactly where they should continue to attack moving forward, Steve.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Ray Allen and LeBron fill out the wings. Haslam's out there, Lewis. And it's Cole in at the point guard position. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Guys, Dwayne Wade is the only guard in NBA history to average a block a game over his career. Of his shot blocking, he says, shot blocking is first about courage. I take a lot of pride in it. If I can talk about anything in my statistical game, it's my blocks. It's the one thing I look at. I always enjoy it because I'm not supposed to do it as much as I have over my career. Kevin, it's a real advantage defensively.
He's something else, Doris. Thanks.
A great two-way player, and at 6'4", amazing the way he can protect the rim. And LeBron last year, I thought, had the best season of his career. Shot 53%, by far a career high. And I think it started with him really making a commitment to go inside and to avoid those bailout three-point shots.
The 3 from Johnson. And it's Johnson again missing. The Heat leading by 8. Allen kicks to Cole. Gets it to go. Cole's got his second bucket of the night.
They can do no wrong offensively.
Everything's dropping, guys, and that confidence, it gets infectious and contagious.
The captain's checked in for Brooklyn. And a new group in for the Heat. Chris Bosh is checked in for Haslam. Mattier comes in for Rashard Lewis. Dwayne Wade's checked in for LeBron. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole. It's stolen by Allen. Now, here's Chalmers. Shot's good. And it's a 12-point Heat lead.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for them. At some points, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
And for LeBron, with his strength and explosiveness, no question he has the ability to overpower defenders in the paint. You see it, Clark, all the time.
Yeah, and I like the fact that he's really been less enamored with the three-point shot. He's really concentrated and been intentional about getting that ball in the two-point territory, working on his post-up game, and really putting pressure on defenders that make him unguardable.
Allen dishes to Chalmers. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Chalmers has got 10 points.
His team has to tighten up inside. Way too many easy hoops in the lane.
Yep, that's 5 straight buckets they've given up from the key now, and it's hurting them.
And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Chalmers' shot is no good. Nets trail by 14.
Well, I think the time has passed when the Heat were kind of the villains of the NBA. It seemed like that role maybe went over to Dwight Howard a year ago with all of his individual issues. But, LeBron and Bosh, Wade, they're never going to be, the lovable underdog. But I think things have settled down there, and people have at least accepted them for who they are now.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And then for Miami, Udonis Haslem. He's checked in for Bosh. Lewis comes in for Shane Battier. And it's LeBron in for Ray Allen. He feeds it to Wade. Brooks covering. From the wing. Wade misses. Time certainly tends to heal a lot, and there definitely has been less villainization, as you were talking about, Steve, to coin a term, for the Miami Heat since they, Clark signed the big three. I think people now look at it in more basketball terms than anything else.
Yeah, I like the creativity of that word, Kevin, but you know what? Time is one thing, but I'll tell you something else. They should send a fruit basket to Dwight Howard for helping take some of the scrutiny off of them. There are always going to be villains in the NBA, but they come and go, and the Heat seem to have served their time, at least in my opinion.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jerry Stackhouse is checked in for Bogans, and Darren Williams is subbed in for C.J. Watson. Stackhouse. And in he goes for the easy two. Stackhouse has got his first points of the game. Chalmers against Williams. And Chalmers kicks to Cole. LeBron. Pass to Haslem. Over Humphries. Haslem, that's good. Haslem's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, with somebody draped all over him. What a shot.
For three, Williams, and the Nets, another three.
And that's his first three-pointer, so maybe that one will get him started.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Haslem a screen. It's LeBron with the drive. Shot denied. Brooks against Lewis. Kicks it to Williams. Beyond the arc. And that is good. And now it's only a 5-point Heat lead.
Well, you knew the run would come, and here it is. They're playing well now, trying to get back in this thing.
Yeah, pretty good comeback effort here. Rolling along nicely, and they've gotten themselves within striking distance now.
And we're through 2 here in a...
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to 2K Sports on an NBA Thursday night. Let's check out what went down in the first half. Miami up on top against the Nets in Brooklyn. They've done a fantastic job pushing the break and the tempo, easy buckets in transition. Mario Chalmers playing great through 2 quarters. After 2, he's got 10 points, and it's been a good overall defensive game for him. He's brought a nice intensity to the floor in this one. And still hanging in there, the Brooklyn Nets. The story of turnovers hasn't been a good one for him so far. It's really hurt to this point. Too casual with their possessions. Joe Johnson has not had a good showing. He'll be happy to change baskets, even told his coach the lid was on that side of the court. Thanks so much for spending halftime with me. Now let's head on back out to Kevin and the gang.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Nice game. Great performance by Mario Chalmers.
Yeah, give him credit. He's been very selective with his shots, and it's paying off for him and his team.
You know, he's taking exactly what the defense has given him, and he's not forced anything. And that's exactly how you should play the game, in my opinion.
So with Williams on the bench, here's who Avery Johnson's going with. Johnson, Wallace, and Humphries are the 2, 3, and 4 in order. The captain out there with Brooke Lopez. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, for the Heat last season, some adjustments made offensively, and maybe most importantly, LeBron and D-Wade resolved to get inside and they cut down on their three-pointers. LeBron trimmed his three-point attempts almost in half. Wade cut his down to about a quarter from the prior year. Chris Bosh said, them getting down into that post, being aggressive, getting to the line and drawing fouls, I think is great for the team. LeBron James said, I'm just trying to focus on being in the paint and get to the free throw line. We have enough three-point shooters on this team. Kevin?
Well, Doris, it makes sense. They're tough to handle down there, and it opens up things for everyone else. A three-pointer, no good.
They really need to start looking elsewhere, guys, because he can't get anything to go. You know, and moving forward for Miami, they probably won't have a lot of cap room because of the big contracts of Bosh, Wade, and LeBron. But remember, it is easy to lure free agents to Miami because of the presence of those three, and then also the attraction of living in Miami.
Timeout called, the Nets. Well, Steve, going back to Miami and them trying to lure talent down to South Beach, not only the city itself, but veterans line up to play, knowing, like we were talking about before, Clark, they have a chance to win a championship.
And that's the motivation, and as long as the big three are there, they won't have any trouble finding players who have been let go or in the last years of their contract who want to play for a winner, and those kind of players are willing to give up some cheese for some gold.
He dishes it to LeBron. Makes the lead pass, and it's Wade with the jam.
Well, that was a dynamic two-hand dunk there.
Right in the face of the defender.
That was a tough, gritty finish.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. He kicks to Humphries. Top of the key. And it's Miami with the rebound. LeBron's now got his third rebound on the night. Battier's shot good.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Well, I heard that LeBron still rides his bike to the arena now and again on game day, and he's an avid cyclist, I guess. And when you're down in Miami, you got to make the most of that Miami weather, don't you?
Yes, you do. They get a hand on it. In transition, here come the Nets. Williams is running. Johnson. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And it's 7 points for Johnson.
Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help him out if he was a bit more assertive.
Going back to LeBron, you know, he's always enjoyed bicycles. He said as a kid in Akron, in fact, he'd tool around on his bike looking for pickup games.
Understand that feeling.
Steve, you're a big bicyclist, I know. What do you think about that story?
Well, I think it's great, you know, and he has his charity event. I think it's called Wheels for Education every summer in Akron, a charity bike-a-thon, encouraging kids to stay active and to stay in school.
Williams for 3. It's hauled in by LeBron. LeBron's now got his 4th rebound in this one. Chalmers passed away. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. So for the Nets, Reggie Evans, he's checked in for Lopez. Bogans comes in for Gerald Wallace. And the captain subbed in for Darren Williams. And a new group in for the Heat. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Bosh. Lewis comes in for Shane Battier. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
So a couple of poor possessions now in a row consecutively. Both times turnover. That's not productive basketball. That's not winning basketball.
Nah, Clark, you know, you start stringing errors back-to-back together, you lose all momentum in this game.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Wallace comes in for Chris Humphries. And it's Watson in for Keith Bogans. And then for Miami, Chris Bosh is checked in for Lewis. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for LeBron.
Nicely done. They've really attacked effectively in transition.
There's no doubt about it, Steve. Their quickness has given them an advantage. I mean, I've liked the way they've pushed the ball all game.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Evans. Humphries comes in for Gerald Wallace. And it's Marshawn Brooks in for C.J. Watson. Gets it to go. The captain's got 8 points.
Well, another uncontested 3 there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open 3s.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open three-pointers.
I just heard a little rumble in the background. That was thunder, fellas. He's going to make it rain out here.
Did we really just see that? Someone tell me. Were we seeing things?
That was unreal. I can't believe it either.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Sprite. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Back to Brooks. Here's the captain for the lead. Rebound by Ray Allen.
This game very well could come down to a few possessions, and if that's the case, rebounding could play large.
Yeah, in a close game like this one, securing the ball is so vital.
The Heat have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Jerry Stackhouse is checked in for the Nets. Heat also with a sub. Battier's checked in. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Lopez, and he drops it in from the low post.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Here's LeBron. He's got 6. The feed to Cole. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Cole's got 10 points in the game. Lopez with the ball. Here's the captain, and it's all evened up.
And the damage they're doing from three-point range here in the second half is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they're always a threat to spray home some threes now, but not like this.
Tie game in Brooklyn. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Uncontainable Game. Let's go to Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hi, guys. Thank you. Darren Williams has had the Sprite Uncontainable game in this one. Coming off the bench, he has been just the kind of energy his team needed and given the starters a run for their money in production.
And Doris, thank you. What a great performance indeed. Such a huge lift to your team when you can get this production from a reserve.
Yeah, in my mind, Kevin, he's been the most valuable player of this game. And when you can say that about somebody coming off the bench, I mean, that just shows you the impact that one person could have on this game.
Well, like Kevin said, it is a huge lift. I mean, I think a performance like that coming from a sub really energizes everybody else. It's contagious.
So with LeBron on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Mario Chalmers and Dwayne Wade, the tandem in the backcourt. Allen out there with Lewis, and it's Bosh in at the 5, down low.
And Kevin, what I like about him is that he tends to get hot at the most opportune times. It doesn't matter if it's coming out of a halftime or out of a timeout. He just has a knack for heating up in a hurry.
Plenty of sweetener in this game, a little flair in this package. Not a guy you have to call a play for. He can size you up and take you apart.
And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That's his third foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Humphries checked in, and Miami also making a switch. LeBron, he's checked in for Rashard Lewis. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's Bosh. Miami no good on that time either.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Back to Wallace. Feeds it to Humphries. On the wing, Johnson. Nets passing it around. Here's the captain. Back to Lopez. Wallace outside. 5 on the clock. Humphries dishes to Wallace. Here's Lopez. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Darren Williams is checked in for Brook Lopez. And Miami also making a switch. Battier's checked in. The drive by Wade. No good. Great D that time from Johnson. Back to Humphries. Wallace outside. On the wing, Johnson. Wallace outside. Clock at 6. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Here's the captain. Gets it to go. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Well, I bet you he'd like to forget that first half that he had It's nice to see him bounce back here in the second.
Bosch kicks to LeBron. Bosch, that's the pick for LeBron. Pass to Chalmers. Right side Bosch. The Heat need to get a shot off. Here's Wade. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
But you hate to see a guy suffer through a game like this, but his team is winning.
And the Heat call time here. Brooks is checked in for Brooklyn. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He told the squad, now is the time when we turn it on and leave them in the rear view mirror. It won't be easy, but guys, I know we can put them away. Let's see if they can deliver, Kevin.
Chalmers passes to LeBron. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
You know, Kevin, that's just him doing his thing. I mean, that's who he is, launching himself at the basket. I mean, he thrusts himself at the basket. He's an angry driver and attacker of the rim.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. Back to Brooks. Over Chalmers. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Nice piece of work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
The Heat trail by 8. Wade outside. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got 6 assists here tonight.
I think he's done his part to try to keep him in this game. It's been a solid effort from him, guys.
Here's the captain from 18 feet away, and it's blocked by Wade. And now the fast break, LeBron with the ball. Over Wallace. Chalmers' shot is no good.
You gotta like the defense, not quitting on the play and getting a hand in the face.
Sure do. With the tough defender breathing down your neck, that makes it not an easy shot.
Heat have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Here's Battier. Goes back up. Again, Dwayne Wade.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. You want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're ahead by 3. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the fourth. The Nets making a switch here. Williams is checked in. They double him with LeBron. And the pass to Wallace. For 3. And the rejection by LeBron.
He hasn't been one of their key guys.
Nasty, nasty. Whoa.
And that look right there on Clark says it all.
He's not alone, Kevin. Well, that was just mean right there.
Williams for 3. And the Nets miss again. Miami trailer. Here's Chalmers. Yes!
Came through there with a key basket.
Yeah, that was huge. Stepping up when it matters most.
Here's the captain. Wade is covering.
Well, it's been a tale of 2 halves, hasn't it, guys? After a terrible first half, he's really picking it up.
And the Heat call time here. They're trailing by 2. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So for the Nets, Brook Lopez is checked in for Humphries. And it's Evans in for Joe Wallace. There's 49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. The drive by Wade. Good! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
No doubt about it. Wade has found the touch right now.
Here's the captain. Wade brings the double team. Back to Williams. For 3! Nails the triple. And you can feel the crowd react as one.
Yeah, that side got them out of their seats and off their hands.
Guys, they just exploded when it went down.
Back to LeBron. Yes!
I'm not sure if any play is going to top that one.
Maybe the only play that could beat it is another alley-oop jam.
Yep.
Even then, it'd be hard to execute it any better than that one.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. And that's an intentional foul.
Smart foul there. You've got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
He doesn't hit the first. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. And the Heat call time here. They're losing by 2. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, we'll see what they come up with. Plenty of time. If they execute, they should be able to get a good look here.
I agree with you, Steve, but I'd like to see him pound it inside and try to get to the rim.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. And so Chalmers nails both of them.
Boy, big shots there. One mistake, and the game's over, but he got it done.
There's the dish to Johnson. Lopez, he's covered by Bosch. Tipped. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop.
Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Huh? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're behind by 2. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
With this much time left on the clock, I try to shoot from as close to the basket as possible because that way you have enough time for a quick putback if you miss.
Here's the captain. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with